Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is microorganism, we were talking about the disease caused by the different kind of pathogens. So we have understood that there are various means. There are different modes of transmission is there by which the pathogen get transferred, it get transmitted from one person to another. One person is that infected one and another person is that the healthy one. So we can say that the disease which gets transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person, that is what? That is a communicable disease. And this communicable disease, this communication, this mode of transmission may occur by different agencies, and that can be air, that can be water, food is also there, direct contact is also there, then insects are also responsible for that. So we have seen that the different agents are there, different means are there by which the disease get transferred from one person to another. We have understood that in C student, if we talk about the insect, so you have seen the houseflies are there and mosquitoes are there. So mosquitoes or that of the housefly. So housefly, they used to sit on the excreta or the waste material or the garbages that already consisting of a pathogens. And when while sitting, what happened? The pathogens will stick on the body of the housefly, and this housefly, when from that of the garbage sit to that of the food, what will happen? It used to transfer the pathogen from the garbage to the food item. So here you will see the transmission occur through the flies also. The same thing with the mosquito. So if a person is having malaria, you know that malaria is caused by plasmodium. Okay, so when the mosquito bite it, so what happened? It used to suck the blood. Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito is responsible for causing malaria in a person. So basically, if suppose an infected person is there, infected means the person who is suffering from malaria. So if the mosquito bites to that person who is already suffering from malaria, so who is carrying the pathogen, so when the mosquito bite to that person, it used to suck the blood. And with the blood, the protozoa, the plasmodium also come along with it. Now when this protozoa, this blood, when the mosquito will suck a healthy person, this plasmodium, this protozoa will reaches to a healthy person's body, the blood of a healthy person, and ultimately it will cause malaria. And that is why we used to say that the mosquito bite will cause the malaria, because they act as a vector, they act as a they act as a agent who used to transmit the blood, transmit the pathogen from one person to another, from the infected to a healthy one. Now what we will do here, students, now we will make a chart and we will see that which disease is caused by which one and what is the mode of transmission here. Okay, so at first we will write here disease. Okay, then the second one is causative pathogen. Causative pathogen means which is responsible for that. Then the third one is the mode of transmission. Mode of transmission. And finally, the prevention, I mean preventive measures that we can take. Okay, so preventive measures that we should take. Okay, so these are the 4 columns and we will discuss about all of them one by one. Okay, so let us start from the first one, students. So if we talk, the first one is disease is cholera. Okay, cholera is the disease and it is caused by a causative pathogen is a bacteria. So bacteria is responsible for causing the cholera here. Then the next one is the mode of transmission. So cholera will be transmitted from one person to another through food and water. This is a very important chart. If you will write it, then you will be able to understand that which disease is caused by which pathogen and what is the mode of transmission and what kind of a prevention, what kind of a preventive measures that a person should take to prevent such kind of a disease to occur. So here we can say boiled water. Other preventive measures a person can take, that maintain personal hygiene. Okay. The other thing a person can see, students, is vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Then eat properly cooked food. Okay. So doing all this preventive measure, we are able to minimize the effect of the cholera, or we are able to prevent this disease to occur to a person. The second one is the typhoid. So I am writing here typhoid. So if we talk about the typhoid, student, so again typhoid is caused by a bacteria. Okay, it is caused by a bacteria and the mode of transmission is most probably is water. What are the preventive measure a person should take? So here the same thing, student, that is taking boiled water, vaccination. Okay, vaccination. Next one is hepatitis A. So, hepatitis A. Hepatitis A is caused by a virus. Okay, so it is caused by virus. This one was caused by, these two are caused by bacteria. This one is caused by virus. Okay. And basically it occurs through that of the water. Taking contaminated water can cause the hepatitis A. What are the things that we should do, student? Drink boiled water. Drinking of boiled water, and the same thing, get vaccinated, that is vaccinated. Okay, get vaccinated and boiled water in case of a hepatitis A. Next one is dengue. A lot of a thing is there for dengue, so I am writing it here. Next one is dengue. Causative pathogen is protozoa. Sorry, dengue is caused by virus only. Okay, it is the malaria which is caused by protozoa. Dengue is caused by virus, and mode of transmission is mosquito. Now, what are the preventive measures that we can take, students? So, use mosquito repellents. Then mosquito net. We should take. Avoid always make your surrounding very clean. It's because if stagnant water will be there, so ultimately the growth, the breeding of the mosquito will be more. Okay, so we can write it that do not allow water to collect. Do not allow water to collect, especially in your surrounding. Spray insecticides. Okay, spraying of insecticides is also there. Why? To control the breed. To control breeding of mosquitoes. Okay. So these are the preventive measures that the person should take so that he or she can avoid the disease, that is virus, which is caused due to that of the mosquito. Now let us talk another disease which is caused by the mosquito, and that is malaria. Malaria is caused by protozoa. And the mode of transmission is the same, student, and that is mosquito. And what are the preventive measures? The same preventive measures that you have to take for the dengue, the same preventive measures that you should take for the malaria, to avoid the disease, that is malaria, to be caused to a person. Okay, so dengue and malaria, both are what? These are the causative pathogen, and the preventive measures that we should take is use of mosquito repellent, mosquito net we should use, and we do not allow water to collect in our surrounding. Always spray insecticide to control the breeding of the mosquito here. Okay, so this was about the mosquitoes. Now let us discuss the another kind of a disease, and that is measles. Measles. Causative pathogen is virus. Okay, so causative pathogen is virus. And how measles is the mode of transmission, student? It can be through air. What are the preventive measures a person should take to avoid the measles? The best preventive measure that a person should take to get vaccinated, okay, at the proper age. Get vaccinated at a suitable age, as well as avoid direct contact with an infected person, with an infected person. So avoid direct contact with that of the infected person. That also comes in the preventive measures that we should take to avoid measles to occur. So measles basically occur because of viruses, and the mode of transmission is air. Another kind of disease, students, so that is chickenpox. Chickenpox. So chickenpox is also caused by virus. Okay, it is also caused by virus, and here the mode of transmission is air or physical contact. Physical contact and air. Now, what are the preventive measures that a person should take for to avoid the chickenpox to occur? So, the same preventive measure a person should take: get vaccinated at a suitable age, as well as avoid direct contact with the infected person. So, that measles as well as for the chickenpox, same preventive measures a person should use. Next one is the polio. So polio is caused by a virus. Okay, it is caused by a virus, and the mode of transmission can be air or water. Okay, mode of transmission is air or water here. Okay, so mode of transmission is air or water here. Okay, what are the preventive measures that we should take to avoid the polio to occur to any of the child? You have heard, students, that in India there is the polio vaccination for polio. The lot of awareness is created, even in the TV you have seen, so that the child should not suffer from the polio. Okay, you have heard the polio drops also that should be given to a child up to an age of 5 years. So there is a vaccine also that should be given to the child. It's very important, so that the child should not suffer from a polio in future. Okay, so we can say that polio is born. It is a kind of a disease which occurs especially in the children, and it is caused by a virus. The causative agent is the virus also, and the mode of transmission, it gets transmitted from air or even through water. But it will not going to, we can say it will not going to occur if a person has already taken a proper vaccination. Then the last one is here, student, and that is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, basically the causative pathogen is here bacteria. Okay. Okay, so if we talk about the tuberculosis, students, so tuberculosis is caused by a pathogen, and that is bacteria, and this, the mode of a transmission of the tuberculosis will be air. It is also transmitted from one person to other through air. Now, what are the preventive measures that a person should take if he or she is suffering from tuberculosis, or if he or she wants to prevent this disease to occur to a person? So the same preventive measures that we have today, that is vaccination at a suitable age, as well as we should avoid contact with that of a person who is suffering from the tuberculosis. So these are what, students, these are some of the diseases, the causative agents, the causative pathogens which are responsible for causing this disease, as well as what are the different modes of transmission and the preventive measure that a person should take to prevent the disease to occur to a person. Okay. Now we have understood here that the microorganism, they causes disease to a person, to human being. Now let us try to understand the microorganism cause disease to plants also. Okay, let's see. Disease caused by microorganisms in plants. In plants. Microorganism in plants. So there are all the microorganism. It is not like only to cause the disease in the human being, but there are microorganisms which attack on that of the plant and give disease to the plants also. So we can write it that, so what are the things? Rotting of the plant will occur, we will get a very less crop yield, retarded plant will be there, students. So these are the consequences, these are the result if a microorganism attack on a particular plant. Okay, so we can write it that all these diseases are subjected to disease. Okay, they are subjected to disease, and who is responsible for that? That is microorganisms. So we can write it that is microorganisms causes disease in plant. Causes disease in plants. They causes disease in plants, and which leads to what? Which can lead rotting. Absolutely, it will cause rotting of the plant as well as retarded growth and retarded growth. What is the meaning of this, students? If you look, so disease is there, so ultimately it will cause the rotting of the plant and the growth will be retarded. It means it will cause the less growth of the plant. Okay, so if microorganism attack, then rotting and the retarded growth is the result. Now, there are some of the symptoms. As you can see that if in case of a human being also, if the microorganism attack on a person, there are some signs, there are some symptoms through which we can understand that the person is not well. The person is suffering from any kind of a disease. The same thing you will find in case of a plants also. So the plants also shows the sign and the symptoms. On the basis of this, we can say that plant is attacked by the microorganism or it is having a kind of a disease here. Okay, so we can write it. The common symptoms are curling of leaves. The leaves get curled. Okay, so curling of leaves are there. Formation of a lessons. Okay, formation of lessons in fruits, in stem, as well as in the leaves also. Okay, so curling of leaves, formation of lessons are what? That is a common symptom. Any other? Yes, discoloration of the leaves. Discoloration of leaves. Discoloration of the leaves as well as of the flower. Okay, so these are what, students, these are some of the sign and symptoms that you will find in a plants if the plant is suffering from any kind of a disease. So what are the symptoms? At that time you will find the leaves get curled. So curling of the leaves is the first symptom that you will find. Formation of a lessons, you will find that small spots are also present on it. That is what occur in the fruits, occur in the stem as well as the leaves. So we can say that the plant is not well, the parts of the plant is not well, it is having a kind of a disease there. And finally, the discoloration of the leaves and the flower. Okay, so the flower get discolored and the leaves also get discolored. So these are what, students, these are some of the symptoms. On the basis of that, we can say that the plant is not well. Now, like we have seen the disease which is caused by a person in a human being, the same kind of a thing that we can see in the plants also. So to understand this, again we will make a causative agent, disease and the mode of transmission that occur in the plant. That as we have seen in case of the human being also, that we have understood that what is the disease, the causative agent, what is the mode of a transmission. So here also you are knowing that the microorganisms are responsible for causing this disease. So we can make a table here. So disease, the first one is the disease here. The second one we will make is a causative pathogen. Causative pathogen. Then mode of transmission. Mode of transmission. Now let us try to understand all of them one by one. So the first one is the disease is the citrus canker. First one is the citrus canker. Basically, this disease occurs in the citrus plant. You have heard about the citrus plant that is present in the citrus fruits we are talking about. So, causative agent of the citrus canker, it is bacteria, and basically this occurs, the mode of transmission is aerial. Okay, so it gets transmitted from one person to another through air. Citrus canker occur in the citrus fruits. So citrus fruits are what? That is the sour fruits. Okay, which taste is sour, like oranges are there, raw mango is there, lemon is there. So these are what? These are amla is there. So these are what? These are citrus fruits. Okay, and in the citrus plant, basically you will find this bacteria attack, and the name that is why given as a citrus canker. Okay, the second one is the rust of wheat. So this basically occur in the wheat plant. Rust occur in the wheat plant due to the attack of the microorganism on it, and thus this disease is known as a rust of wheat, which causative agent is responsible for causing the rust of wheat, student? That is fungi. Fungi is responsible here. The mode of transmission that we will see, it is air. So air is responsible for causing the rust of wheat here, and fungi is the pathogen. Okay, so mode of transmission is air, causative pathogen is the fungi, and rust of wheat is the disease here. The third one that we can understand here, students, and that is curly top. Curly top. So this curly top is caused by the pathogen, that is virus, and this virus is transmitted from one plant to the another with the help of the insect. So when the insect used to sit on the plant which is already having this disease, so the viruses which is present in the disease will get stick to that of the insect's body, and finally when then this insect will sit from one plant to another, it get transmitted from one plant to the another one here. So we will say that the mode of a transmission that occur in case of the disease, that is curly top, is the insects here. Okay, so it is caused by that of the insect. So we have seen here 3 students. Citrus canker. Citrus canker is caused by a bacteria, and the mode of transmission is air here. If we talk about the rust of wheat, so rust of wheat is caused by fungi, and fungi, the mode of transmission is air here, and curly top is there, the causative agent is the virus here, and the mode of transmission is the insect. Any other is there? Yes. So mosaic virus, I hope you have heard about the mosaic virus. You have heard about that of the TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. So this is a virus which attack on the tobacco plant, and that is why they are known as a tobacco mosaic virus. Likewise, another kind of a virus attack on the plant, that is ladyfinger in the bindi. Okay, so that is yellow mosaic. So we can write it, yellow vein mosaic of okra. Yellow vein mosaic of okra. In Hindi, okra is known as bhindi. Okay, so this is a disease which basically occurs in that of the okra plant, that is a yellow mosaic. So whenever the term mosaic came, always write it is what? It is causative pathogen is a virus here. Even if in place of that tobacco mosaic virus is given, student, so that is also caused by the virus. So we can say that the causative pathogen here is a virus. So this is caused by the virus. Now this yellow mosaic virus also caused by the virus, and it get transmitted from one plant to the another with the help of the insects. So insects used to sit on the plant, and the viruses get transmitted by the help of the insect to the other plant. Okay, so the mode of transmission is insect here. So here student, we have seen that what are the different microorganisms which is responsible for causing disease in plants.